YouTube, back with another one. This is a 2006 Volvo XC90, but this is actually the V8 model. I actually picked this up from the second owner. I paid $1,700 for it. This is going to be my dual purpose car. This is going to serve for me in the snow in the winter, so I don't have to drive my Tesla, and my son will be able to drive this because we live where it's really hilly, so the four-wheel drive is perfect and I can tow my boat with this. So I actually picked this up for $1,700, which I didn't think was a bad deal. I've owned about 8-9 Volvos. I love them, they last forever, but there were a few issues with this. I actually had to replace the flex pipe, which wasn't too bad. It was actually $180 online, shipped from Canada. I had to replace the spark plugs, which when you buy a used car, you want to replace the spark plugs anyway. And then I had to buy the coil packs, which I'm telling you, with these cars, you want to go OEM. You don't want to go aftermarket. You're just going to ask for problems. When I went to replace the coil packs, I saw that some of the lines, the wiring was actually torn through, so I had to actually repair that also. Just keep that in mind when you work on these cars. But when I got it initially, it was running really rough. Spark plugs did nothing, flex pipe did nothing, and the spark plugs did nothing. I was throwing all types of lean fuel codes and check engine lights flashing and very low power. So this video really is just to show you what I found on this. It was actually the PCV valve, if you see it right there. So the issue with the PCV valve, when I looked online, most places wanted you to remove the entire intake. I didn't want to remove the entire intake, so what I wound up removing to get that PCV valve out was the strut brace. You see there. It also has the strut brace bracket mount attachment for the motor mount. I wound up removing the motor mount, and then it's really straightforward. There's a few O-rings on the back end that go directly into the manifold, and then there's this one where the hose goes in. This is why I believe everybody wants you to remove the intake, because trying to attach the hose to the other end becomes an issue. I didn't want to do that, so I actually felt my way in the dark, because it doesn't go back but maybe an inch, maybe if that, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And I was able to install the PCV valve, and you hear it running. No misfires, no hiccups, no check engine lights. I actually picked this PCV valve up from FCP Euro. They actually had the best price when it comes to this PCV valve here. And this works on a number of Volvo XC90s, but namely the V8. And again, it came in the OEM box, and they offer free shipping. So if you're running into a similar issue, you know, these V8 motors, these Yamaha motors last forever. They don't die on you. And this thing has 333,000 miles, which doesn't bother me at all. I've had Volvos with 500,000, 600,000 miles. As they get older, obviously they burn a little oil, but you just check them. You know, I bought my daughter a Volvo C30. She's had an XC70. We've got an XC90. We've had a bunch of S60s. You know, I just love these cars. So that's the PCV. If you ever need to replace it, which they do go bad on these, you remove the strut brace, you remove the motor mount, and there you go. You don't have to take the intake off, which I didn't want. When a car this old, you start taking stuff apart. It's just the first car for my son. It's 6 most of the time. He doesn't drive too much because my daughter and him go to the same school. But at the end of the day, this was still a good bargain for $1,700. Great body, great wheels. Now it's time to work on the battery. Till next time.